Hello everyone, and here's my overnight hours subway map on the New York City subway. I made some pretty significant changes to a lot of the lines, not all of them though. But as you know, the B train does not operate during overnight hours. Just give you a scroll of the map. I'll show you the changes on the stops in just a minute. So now that you've seen the map, I'll show you the service changes. We're going to start with the 1 train. We're going to go from north to south, or northern terminus to southern terminus. So here's the 1 line. It looks like it's the normal line still, but there is a change that I did. The 1 line ends at Times Square, 42nd Street, and it does not go to South Ferry. So you may be wondering, how are people supposed to get to South Ferry now? Well, I'll show you with the 2 train that I did. Now keep in mind, this is a website where you create your own subway map, and probably what I would do, unless you copy the map on the changes the MTA is doing, then this is not real and totally fake, and probably won't apply to the subway ever. But anyways, here's the 2 train line. So it goes from Wakefield 241st Street as its normal northern terminus. Then at East 180th Street, it goes express to 3rd Avenue, 149th Street. The 5 train makes stops between East 180th and 3rd Avenue, 149th Street. The 2 continues as its regular express until Times Square. After Times Square, it goes local to South Ferry. So the 2 train replaces all the 1 stops between Times Square, 42nd Street, and South Ferry. Now you may be wondering as well, what about the train to Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College? I'm going to show you that next. So here's the 3 train line. Starts off at Harlem 148th Street like usual. Make it its usual express stops. But this time, during overnight hours on my map, the 3 train goes to Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College. Normally the 2 and the 5 trains go there, well, 5 during the weekday, but just the 2 during overnight hours in the real world. But in my map, I made the 3 go to Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College. Now on to the 4 line. Now the 4 line already goes to New Lots Avenue during the overnight hours, but I kept its regular express zones between Woodlawn and Franklin Avenue, and then made it local to New Lots Avenue. That's the only change I did with the 4. Now on to the 5 line. Now I made the 5 line go further than it already does during overnight hours. So on my 5 line, it goes from East Chester Dyer Avenue, making all local stops to Grand Central 42nd Street. And it replaces 6 train stops between 125th Street and Grand Central 42nd Street. Oops, sorry. So the southern terminus is Grand Central 42nd Street. Now on to the 6 train. Now 6 makes all of its usual local stops in the Bronx. But now, the 6th line has an express zone in Manhattan between 125th Street and Grand Central 42nd Street. See, look, there's the express zone right there. And now the 6 is extended to Bowling Green. Normally that's where the 5 train ends, but I extended it to the 6 train to Bowling Green. Then it makes all local stops to Bowling Green. And then the 4 train continues past that. And then the A line makes all local stops to, I'm sorry, the A line that I did, here is the stops. It's mostly local in Upper Manhattan. But then I made an express in Lower Manhattan. And then the A line just does its normal stops. Because in this map, I made the C line in service. But the A line does not go to Lefferts Boulevard. Nor is there a shuttle. You'll see in the next part. Now on to the C line. Now some of you may be thinking this makes absolutely no sense, but it's my line. Or in this case, it's my map. And I figured I'd do whatever I want to it on this game. So anyways, I made the C go from 47th 50th Street, Rockefeller Center, then it goes to 7th Avenue, and then the C makes its ordinary local stops to Euclid Avenue. Oops. But the change I did was the C line goes to Euclid Avenue, replacing the A line. Or Lefferts Boulevard in this case. Yep. C line goes to Lefferts Boulevard, replacing A trains. Now, here is the F train, making local stops between Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue, and Forest Hills 71st Street via the G line. So the F uses the G line in overnight hours. I'll show you the G line next, because there is a chain. I did make the G line go into Manhattan. Then it makes all local stops between Queens Plaza and Forest Hills. Now on to the G train. The G train goes between West 4th Street, Washington Square, and Church Avenue. I know it makes absolutely no sense, but I don't care. Like I said, I did the map, so. And it replaces the F train stops between West 4th Street and Church Avenue, considering the F is running via the G line. The M line's still the same. Now on to the R line. I'm going to scroll down this time. So the R line starts at Bay Ridge 95th Street, but then it continues. And then it goes to the D line. And then eventually, it goes to the F line. So yeah, the R train goes over the Manhattan Bridge, then uses the D line to get to 6th Avenue, and then goes over to the F line. And then it goes to the F terminus, which is Jamaica 179th Street, Queens. And there should not be 2 Roosevelt Island stations. I don't know what went wrong there. I'll figure it out. Then it uses the F express zone in Queens. Goes to Jamaica 179th Street. And finally, I'll let you see some of the changes close up. That's the R line, and that's the N and Q line. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Oh, well, actually the N already. The N line goes through via the R line during. That normally goes through South Ferry and J Street. That's where the N line goes through. See, look. Hopefully. That's an R line stop. And that's where the G train terminates. I'll scroll in closely. I guess that's as big as I go. But yeah, that's the G line. And then there's the L, obviously. So this is a local stop 2 train, not the 1. 1 already ended. Let's see, that's a 2 train stop. This is an N train stop. There's Fulton Street. The 6 train goes there. The 2 terminus. Oh, I'll show you Penn Station. I know this is a really long video, but I'm just doing it for fun. Penn Station. Here's the G line. 2nd Avenue, which normally the F serves. Delancey Essex Street. No 6th Avenue trains. Avenue line trains serve there. Now this is D, Q, and R. DeKalb Avenue, since there's no B trains, obviously, the N line stops there. There's Roosevelt Island, which normally is served by the F. And now the R is serving the express zone of the F. Just the F train stops there, because considering M doesn't go, the M line doesn't go there that far. East, actually, I forgot to mention, the E train is still express. Normally, in real life overnight hours, it goes local, but in my map, it's still express. Still the same. And yeah, and there's where the F train ends. Forest Hills. Then it's just the E and R trains. And then there's Jamaica 179th Street being served by the R. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, the Z train does not operate during this time. So thank you for watching.